Hello everyone, welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Commander review video. This is the last commander of the Urza's Legacy. I'm going to double check that again. I just did Urza's Saga, so I'm very paranoid. Urza's Legacy, yes, okay, great. And I just deleted it, there we go. Just my luck. Alright, so last commander in Urza's Legacy. And a very straightforward commander, which makes building a janky, unique deck idea always interesting. This is Radiant Archangel, which is a legendary angel. It's got power and toughness of 3, it costs 3 generic mana and 2 white mana, and then it has 2 keywords and 1 ability. It has flying and vigilance, and Radiant Archangel gets +1/+1 for each other creature with flying on the battlefield. And that is important to note, that it's each other creature with flying on the battlefield, period. It's not under your control or that you control, it's just creatures with flying on the battlefield. So your opponents, if they're playing with demons or dragons or birds or flying spirits, they will also beef and boost Archangel. Radiant Archangel. No card rulings. Very simple, very straightforward. The card I picked to synergize with Radiant is Magus of the Moat. Creatures without flying can't attack. You are going to be a flying deck of some kind. And so let's just give yourself some protection and also kind of give the entire board some protection. Because it'll make it so your opponents can't attack each other either, which is kind of cool. You could use that as leverage. Or save this card for when your opponents get a massive threat and you want to protect someone by making a deal with them. Now, of course, the deck that I am building Radiant in is an Angel Tribal deck. So anything to either take advantage of having multiple angels in play, getting multiple angel tokens into play. Court of Grace is really fun because it can get you some smaller creatures to start defending yourself, and then when you build that wall of protection, then you're going to get 4/4 white angels. Moon Silver Spear is just a fun card. I love it. It's great, and it makes angels. Second deck idea that's popular on EDH Rec is Flying Tribal. So in this deck, it doesn't matter what type it is, just as long as the creature can fly, put it in the deck. So Emiria Angel is an angel, it does fly, but it also makes birds that fly. Haunted Library makes spirits that fly. And Rally of Wings is one of my personal favorite cards from my Bird Tribal deck, but it will allow you to either use it aggressively as an extra combat damage trick when you're going for lethal, or you can use it defensively to untap all of your tapped creatures to then protect yourself. Very fun card, I really like it. But of course this deck will also make Radiant lethal commander damage very quickly, because you're going to be making a lot of flying creatures and a lot of flying creature tokens in this deck, so Radiant will be a threat very quickly. Speaking of making Radiant a threat very quickly, because Radiant cares so much about flying creatures, there's not really any other deck ideas out there. So I chose to make a cloning deck. Well, not me, but the janky deck idea that I went with is a cloning deck. We've seen this a couple times with certain commanders. The first one that comes to mind is Martin Stromgald, which was a fun deck video. But this deck is about creating token copies of Radiant Archangel that are either not legendary, or with things like Mirror Gallery, you can ignore the legendary rule. And white is one of the 2 colors that's really good at populating tokens. So you can make a token of Radiant and then make more tokens of Radiant, and each token of Radiant will get +1/+1 for each other Radiant on the battlefield, and that will just exponentially grow and grow and grow until you have a giant army of giant Radiant Archangels, and very, very cool janky deck. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this idea. That is going to do it for Radiant Archangel. Fly, you fools, because all you do in this deck is fly, fly, fly. And unfortunately, that's all the deck cares about, so it does limit you in regards to building anything else outside of a flying deck. So once your opponents catch on to it that all you're doing is flying, and you're a pretty heavy creature deck, they're going to start board wiping you all the time, they're going to start targeting Radiant to get rid of that massive threat, so on and so forth. Be prepared to fight against hate, especially board wipes in this deck, because you will have a lot of flying creatures. But that's going to do it for this video. I think I covered everything. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything I missed. Let me know what you guys think about this cloning deck idea. It's kind of a default setting that I have right now for some of these commanders, but it does make for an interesting deck idea. And who knows, maybe someone enjoys that and will build it and will tell me and you and all of us in the comment section how it went. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!